Man's function is not only mere procreation. Rather, he has sacred responsibilities to uphold. Among these responsibilities is a vital responsibility of Islamic training of his family. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, before I begin, I just want to mention something. I am tackling an issue that is very touchy. Not many tackle this issue. They don't bring it up. Not many have the fortitude to address this grave injustice, this abdication of parenthood. But I am. Because that's what you expect of me. There's sacred responsibility of a father is to provide not only the shelter and the food and the clothing and the little extras for the family. That's not the only responsibility. And many men fall prey to that, thinking, I've done my duties, I provide that for them. Khalas. You're wrong. You're doing yourself and your family a grave injustice by thinking that way. But a very prominent responsibility, a very vital responsibility of the father is a moral and spiritual training, teaching of his children. Because it first devolves around the father. It first devolves around the father, not the mother. Many men, many fathers, many husbands hand everything over to the mother. Khalas, I'm working, I don't need to worry about that stuff. Khalas, she's at home. She deals with that. Okay, first of all, if you can be a man to marry her, if you can be a man to satisfy your bestial nafs with her, then you can be a man and take the responsibility of not only being a husband, but being a father as well. Being a husband and a father according to the Quran and the Sunnah. And if you can't do that, then you don't need to get married. Mothers play a vital and prominent role in the upbringing of children. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. They do a tremendous job. But they can be neglectful as well. The Quran Majid orders husbands and fathers with the simple ayat. O people of Iman, save yourselves and your families, your wives and your children from the fire of Jahannam. You hear a lot of men, fathers, husbands, saying, I got work. You know what? I don't have time for my family all the time. I can't give them everything. I have to work. I got to provide. Okay, mashallah. You know what? That's good. It's good to have that goal. But it also must be understood that if you can sit there, it is not lawful for the father to involve himself so much in business or other worldly occupations that he cannot find adequate time to tend and to diligently oversee the dini talim and moral training of his children. Because in relation to these mundane pursuits, the Islamic training of his family has a greater priority and by far outweighs the importance of his business and profession. Period. Making money and having luxurious things is not the goal of this life. No. The goal of this life is Allah Ta'ala and the Akhirah. Plain and simple. That's not hard to understand. That's not hard to understand. And, parents, especially the fathers, justify their miserable pretext due to the abandonment of their children's spiritual development. They come up with these false pretexts. But did you know that's completely inadmissible in the divine court, in the Akhirah? Did you know that? It's inadmissible. And in fact, all these excuses which parents, especially fathers, present to justify, their neglect and to soothe their own conscience is nothing more than deceptions of the nafs. And in fact, in the Quran Hakim, Allah Ta'ala informs man of his tricks. He does. What does he say? But in fact, man has insight over his nafs, even though he puts forth excuses. Oh, I don't have, I gotta work. I don't have time to do all this. Oh, but you can go out on the weekends with your friends, right? You can go out and play dunya sports. And please see my video, Lizard Hole of Sports, and you'll see the dangers of it. Oh, you can do that. But you can't spend more beneficial and a higher priority of time with your family. You're not a man. You're not a father. You're not a husband. You're a child. And you're a coward. Plain and simple. It is imperative. And nothing, I'm not taking nothing away from the mothers. By far, I am not taking nothing away from the mothers. But it is imperative for the father to diligently supervise the Islamic training of his children. This gross dereliction of his sacred responsibilities by expecting his wife, the mother of his children, to do it all herself, that in itself is a grave injustice. And because of that, the Ummah has been destroyed and is wallowing in degeneration and corruption in every single field. In every single field. What is a prime cause for it? I just told you. The abject state of disgrace, of parental neglect. The children that you procreated through the permission of Allah trust you. And by you going out and not focusing a lot of your attention, or at least equal attention, with your family, with your children, the Islamic upbringing, you're violating their trust. How dare you? How dare you? Be a man and take care of your family. Because on the day of judgment, you're going to be questioned about it. So what excuses are you going to come up with?